the show was over, whatever, he called everybody to the stage. Everybody went to the stage. I'm still down there. He said, all my comedians that perform tonight come to the stage. They left me down there. And I said, Katt exposes everybody, but I saw the real you. Me being close up with him got me to see the real him, especially when he had a young lady dressing him, helping him put on his socks, helping him put on his shoes and all that. And then you disrespect me and handle me some kind of way. Then you wouldn't get on the tour bus and then won't pay nobody. The proof is in the pudding. I got the pictures that I was with you. You can't deny it. And you can't deny that I didn't come to your hotel and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, when I go live, I be talking about everybody. They talk about me in the wheelchair. And then y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't know I was a comedian. I didn't never think about being a comedian. So one day, Peter Bizzle, his name is Peter Bizzle, he had the comedy shows and stuff like that. Him and Blowfish, and I done shows with Rude Jew. You know, I done show with Tuffy. You know, I done show with a lot of the local comedians in New Orleans. And I went to the show. Peter had the show, and I was like, I could do that. And I told Peter, I said, I could do that. I said, I can make people laugh. And he was like, girl, please. He was like, they ain't easy like that. I said, I can do that, like that. So he said, all right now, all right. He said, now mind you, Peter's best friend was the guy that killed my brother. His best friend was the guy that killed my brother. But that still had nothing to do with me and him. So he said, I'm gonna have a show. He said, I'm gonna put you on. He kept his word. So when he put me on the show, it was a sellout. So I remember my sister saying, girl, you ain't no comedian. They gonna laugh at you, not they gonna laugh at you, not with you like that. They gonna be laughing at you. And I was like, girl, whatever. I said, I can do it, this thing. So I invited my family, my brothers came and this and that. And my sister was like, oh, you got to be born. You got to be somebody that did that from a child, whatever. I said, girl, I could do anything. I could do anything I put my mind to. So Peter said, well, such and such going to go, and you going to go. So he let me go. Because the funniest people be the headliners, and they leave them the best for last. So I went 3. I was number 3. I went up there. They was making phone calls. They was on the floor. And my brother was calling everybody saying, you was talking about he said she doing her thing. And they were saying, I gotta go behind that. I rocked out.
Did you write your material?
No, I don't write my jokes down. I get up there and I talk about, you know, what happened to me. I use my experience, my life experience, and turn it into a joke and make it funny. When I go live, I be talking about everybody. They talk about me in the wheelchair. And then y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I might look like a little angel. I got my little dress on, this and that, but I had a house fire. And guess what? The fireman, this dress was in the house, right? And I asked the fireman, because this dress was brand new, I wanted to wear it and I wanted to bring it back. I talk about my children, I talk about myself. I don't talk about my audience unless they want to be talked about. But when I come in here, it's not about the audience, it's about my life experience. I'm going to make you laugh about me being in a wheelchair. I'm going to make you laugh about me rolling over your feet. I'm going to make you laugh about, you know, my children. I'm going to make you laugh about my spouse. I'm going to make you laugh about my feelings, something like that.
Yeah, I can see it.
How I get to meet Katt Williams is that my friend, his name is Sarah Augustine, right? And he wrote a movie about me. And Katt Williams was there. It was in Press Park. They filmed it in Press Park. Okay. So it was Katt Williams there. It was a couple of other ones that was with Katt Williams and stuff like that. So he was like, come out there and we doing a movie and stuff like that. I'll give you a little scene in the movie or whatever. So they gave me a little few minutes in there. I'm going across the street or something like that. So I met Katt Williams and I had my little son with me. He was playing football with my little son and stuff like that. Everybody was out there having fun. That's how I get to meet Katt Williams. So from then on, me and Katt, he interact with the children, so I fell in love with that part of him. So when Katt had the comedy show at the arena, so when he had the comedy show at the Lakefront Arena, I saw him, and I told the security guard, I said, tell him I want to talk to him. So he waved at me and jumped down off the stage and gave me a hug. And I said, I'm a comedian. So I'm officially, they already done told me, you officially a comedian. They gave me my plaque in New Orleans, like, yeah, she a real comedian. So I told Katt Williams, he said, well, I got 2 more shows left, I'm on tour. He said, I need to get you there. And I was in the back, and the VIP room with him. And I said, I'm gonna get there. So I got there, San Antonio, Texas, and Corpus Christi, Texas. And when I went out there, I went to the hotel. They was on the tour bus. He wanted me to get on the tour bus with him, to travel with them from. It was in Texas, but he still. And I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. I said, I got a hotel. It was me and my nephew, so we was at a hotel, and I think we was in San Antonio first. No, we was in Corpus Christi first. And he was like, well, from here we going to San Antonio. We was in Corpus Christi, then we going to San Antonio. So we had to get from one place to another. And we got there. And the first show I did, Katt Williams didn't get there. But even though he wasn't there, Katt Williams always come at 1 o'clock in the morning. He coming late. That's how he come to the shows. So I even though he come that late, he still could see all his people. He could see them on the screen. Okay. Even if he not there, he still could see everything that we do on stage. So I got up there. Me and him never had a conversation on how many minutes I'm going to do. None of that. At which I felt some kind of way, because I'm like, we never had this conversation on how many minutes I'm going to do, how long I'm going to be up there, whatever. But I still went up there and I did my thing. I talked to I talked to the one who plays Mr. Cooper. I talked to him, and I talked to I talked to all the other comedians and stuff like that. But Katt Williams, I talked to him when we was back at the hotel, and me and him talking. He was like, you go up there. Just told me, just go up there and do your thing, But can't fault nobody but me, fault no one but self, like my book, because I should have had a contract, But I still look at it as the publicity, That's how I look at it. So I did the first comedy show. And they told Katt Williams, yeah, your girl from New Orleans, she did her thing and this and that. So that let him know she good for the next show. So the next show, so when I went to the hotel before the next show, I went to the hotel, and Katt Williams had a young girl in there. And I know he said he adopted some kids or whatever. I don't know if that was his daughter or whatever. She was a young girl. And she was like, he was getting dressed, and she was helping him with his socks and this and that. And I'm gonna just be honest, I just didn't like the way he was treating her, because I know how my daddy treat women, and the way he was treating this young girl, I felt some kind of way, and I got caught up in my feelings because he had her dressing him, and I ain't like that. And you're a grown ass man, you got a young girl putting your socks on, dressing you. I really, really didn't like that. I kind of like got in my feelings like that. So he was like, "What you gonna do? How many minutes you this and that?" So I'm like, "Well, this your tour. You supposed to be telling me how many minutes and how long I'm gonna be up there." So me and him had like a little disagreement or whatever, and I was like, "Oh," he said, "You come with us," and I was like, "Nah." He wanted me, and they had another woman that was supposed to be another female. All the rest of them was males, and there was supposed to be another female. So me and the female had a conversation. So me and her was talking or whatever, and I think Katt got in his feelings because he the type of person where he, once he noticed me and her was talking, I don't know if he didn't want her, discussing certain things or whatever like that. So he wanted me to go with them looking like her, and I'm professional, like I'm that girl. I'm on a big old platform. I'm not going on stage any kind of way. So we had a disagreement about that. So he was like, "Well, I made so many millions, 4 million or whatever. And if you don't get there in 5 minutes, you're not." And I was like, "Oh, well, whatever," like that. So he was being very, like, aggressive, how he was talking and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I came way out here. I spent my own money. I flew out there. I paid for my own hotel and all that. And you being aggressive and talking to me any kind of way like that. So he was like, all right, well, I see you, like that. So it was me and my nephew. And when we got there, they was in their little VIP, whatever. So my nephew is the type way. He with me, but he ain't talking. Like, this my like a bodyguard. Like, I'm with her, but I ain't got nothing to say to nobody. And I don't know if they felt some kind of way or whatever. So they said, you could come in the back, but he can't come. And I was like, but he with me. They said, no, he can't come in the back, but you could come in the back, like that. So they was in the back doing it, whatever they do or whatever like that. And it was like, and I was like, man, ain't nobody worrying about what y'all doing like that, because that's me. Ain't nobody worrying about what y'all doing. So we took pictures in the back and stuff like that. That's why they don't have a picture with my nephew like that. So I went on stage. I think I was like the second one. I was like the second one. I got up there, I did my thing and stuff like that, you know, and everybody was like, you know, I did it for New Orleans. I told them I was from New Orleans. Everybody was like, oh yeah, they was like, you know, rooting for me and stuff like that. And when I came down, you know, and people was like, yeah, like, you know, rooting for me and stuff like that. So when I got down, they had to help me down and stuff like that. So they told, okay, yeah, your girl did her thing and this and that again, you know, they wasn't disappointed. So when I talked to Katt, he said, oh yeah, he said the second show was better than the first show or whatever, but I still was good either way the cut go. He said, but you ripped it. In other words, if he had to judge the second, I tore up the second time. The first time, we didn't have no conversation, so I'm going out there head first or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The second time, I just went off, I just did my thing, you know? So when the show was over, whatever, he called everybody to the stage. Everybody went to the stage. I'm still down there. He said, all my comedians that perform tonight come to the stage. They left me down there. You think somebody would have said, hold up. Your security guards got me up there when I got on stage. So all y'all took a picture and you left me down there. So I felt some kind of way to this day. And I feel like my relationship with him was better when I didn't do shows with him, because I got to see who he really is. And I said, Katt exposes everybody, but I saw the real you. And me being close up with him got me to see the real him, especially when he had a young lady dressing him, helping him put on his socks, helping him put on his shoes and all that. And then you disrespect me and handle me some kind of way. Then you wouldn't get on the tour bus and then won't pay nobody. And I was like, really? You know, so the other guy, his car had broke down. And he was complaining about how he gonna get his car and how he gonna get his truck fixed to get back where he came from. So it wasn't just me. He is very arrogant. And the way he treat me, my relationship with him would never be the same. He come to New Orleans, and I think if I open up for you in Texas, not open up for you, but if you put me on your show in Texas, when you come to New Orleans, why not shout out? Why not send me a shout out? Why not say, oh, well, you know, I'm just sending a shout out to my girl from New Orleans, you know, who did 2 shows with me or whatever like that, you know. The proof is in the pudding. I got the pictures that I was with you. You can't deny it. And you can't deny that I didn't come to your hotel and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, he is very arrogant. I would never do a show with him. Never.
You guys had never spoken since that?
We never talked on the phone or none of that and everything. He done been to New Orleans several times, you know. And I didn't saw him one time and he'll see me and he'll wave or something like that or jump down, but our relationship would never be the same.